Good day viewers and welcome to today's presentation. My name is Ansiklet, and for this video I'll be explaining to us the various parameters on the LCD screen of this charge controller. There are quite some complaints from solar system users about the performance or the behavior of their system during the day. Some complain that the system shut down during the day even when the radiation of the sun is high. Others complain that the system doesn't charge the battery during the day even when the solar radiation is very high. And for the purpose of this very question, I'll be using this LCD screen, using the LCD screen on this PWM charge controller to explain the parameters on the screen so as to know when the battery is charging, when it is discharging. Also to help us understand if the PV panel is supplying the load and at the same time charging the battery. This will help us know whether to increase the number of panels we have, to increase the number of batteries we have, or to reduce the amount of load that we have on the system. I'm going to zoom this a bit closer and go through the explanation. So I'll be doing this for 7 p.m., 9 p.m., 7 a.m. and 12 noon so that we understand the behavior of the various parameters, component parameters on this system.
Okay, now I want us to look very closely at the time variance and activities that happen around this time. We have 7 p.m., we have 9 p.m., we have 7 a.m., and we also have 12 noon. Looking at the screen, LCD screen of this charge controller, you can see the parameters as displayed. The parameter for battery, talking about the battery voltage, we have the load current, we have the PV voltage and the PV current, as well as the battery temperature. Now I'm going to make it very simple for us. I'm just going to summarize this so that we take this point and it will help us understand what's happening here. Now, point number one, whenever you notice that the PV voltage is less than the battery voltage, it means that the battery is not charging. Now, point number two, whenever you notice that the load current is greater than the PV current, it means that what happens in this case is that the load is taken from the PV module, and because the PV module is not sufficient to power the load, so the load demand for a supplementary power from the battery so as to complement its demand. So during the day, when you notice that the PV, what you're getting from the PV is insufficient to power the load. So what you get in that case is that the battery will be discharging instead of charging. Reason because the consumption is higher than the generation, the amount of power being generated. So the load, you just have to call the the battery to add up to the demand. So instead of you having charge, you have discharge from the battery. That means you actually need to either reduce your load or increase the number of panels that you have so as to meet up with the demand, and as well charge the battery at the same time. So that is that. So when you looking at this, you'll notice that by 12 noon we have the PV being 14.9 volts and the battery 14.0 volts. So because we have the PV greater than the battery voltage, it means that the battery is charging at this point in time. When you see that during the day that the PV voltage goes below the battery voltage, it means that the battery is not charging. Also, you look at 9 a.m. we had PV 0.0 volt, and we have battery 12.2 volt, and at that time we have load 2.3 amps. That is to say that the battery is not charging, it is rather discharging because we have a connection to a load, and there is nothing coming from the PV. The PV is 0.0 volt, so the battery is discharging at 9 a.m. So our main focus is basically on the daytime generation and consumption. So just like I said, if it's above, when the load consumption is above what you're getting from the PV module, then automatically your battery will be discharging because your battery needs to complement the demand by the load. So that is it. So we'll just take this explanation. If you have any question, please, you can do well to write on the comment section. You can also drop it as a chat, or you call to get your
Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed every bit of it. Now, to view more of our exciting and educative content, and also to encourage us to do more, please do well to click on the follow button. Just follow us, like the video, and share the video so that others can watch and also learn from this video. Thank you.